Back again, deep in the bag.
This episode's a little heavy, y'all. So buckle up.
What did we get into?
What did we get into? We talked about racism, girl, little homophobia, girl, microaggressions, girl, movements, empowerment, slurs, girl,
Code switching.
It's a lot. It's an interesting episode. Just know,
it's kind of all over.
Yeah.
Just still with us.
It was cute though. I learned some things.
I had fun.
Boots.
Peace.
Halves on the backpack. Let's go halves on the backpack. Halves on the backpack. Let's go halves on the bag.
Welcome back to Halves on the Bag.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Episode 4. God, we still going.
Deep in the bag.
Can you believe?
I'm proud of us.
I am too.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What are the girls?
Ooh. You're going to have to edit that out.
What are the girls saying?
What are the girls saying? You got
what
some
are the
feedback.
girls saying?
I got some feedback.
I got mostly good. I mean, everything I've gotten is good, I think. My biggest thing that I've heard and that I love is that everyone said they feel like they're just sitting on the couch, hanging out, catching up with us, which I think when the three of us started this podcast, that's what the vibe was.
Yeah.
And so
That's the vibe still is.
it
baby.
still is. And
We're still here on the
we're just
couch.
here catching up, and I love that. What are you hearing?
I got friends. They're hating ass hoes, but that's fine. To all the Labubu hate, just say you can't get one and keep it pushing. That's all. You know, it's fine.
You got Labubu hate?
Girl, I don't like no Labubu. Everyone's passing around that fucking meme with Little Miss Devil Wears Prada with the looking you up and down and just like a little bit of Labubu bag charm. Just say you can't get one, and that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
I think.
fine.
I mean, I didn't know anything about them, but I think they're fun now. I think
You're
they're
welcome.
cute, and I'm seeing a lot of shit about you've sent us too about them kind of being in line with Beanie Babies.
We were correct.
which is what
You ate that.
I said.
Yeah, you
did. So they're gonna be worth a lot of money one day, maybe. I just love.
Sure.
I love people that are dressing them up and
I still
like,
gotta get some fits.
waving their hair, texture in their hair, blinging their teeth.
Yes,
It's cute.
dude.
Prada.
I gotta
It's
set
really
my girls
cute.
up.
But yeah,
Mhm.
thanks for coming along. We're
Oh, I'm not done. What else I got? The girls want a little bit more educational stuff from us. My only thing to that is like, the brain ain't always on up here. Okay, I'm not a doctor. Never claimed to be one. Don't think I'm going to be one. But I think it's more so just kind of our thoughts on certain topics and certain things. This is not NPR. This is Has on the Bag. But I feel you still can get some kind of
Yeah.
perspective.
I think we still have unique experiences that people can relate to, and I think that's
Ooh,
the
that's
most
such a
important thing.
media
is
training,
just
bitch. You
being
better go
relatable
off.
and letting
Yes.
people be like, "Oh, I've been there. Oh, that sucks."
Word.
So, media training.
We in the girls'
Thank
room.
you.
That's all it's giving. That's all it's giving.
Yeah, it's been really fun though.
But no, it has been positive, and it's
Yeah.
actually been like a highlight. To my Mondays.
It's like a new hobby.
Yeah. And I love a podcast, so this has
Me
now been in
too.
my heavy rotation. I bet a majority of the views are probably me, but I don't know if it's because it's a good podcast or because I'm a narcissist, or maybe it's a little bit of both. But I do love.
Oh, I'm
What we're doing, girl.
I'm listening to it. Like I text y'all when I'm in the bathtub, like being high, and I'm like listening to it, and then I feel like during the day I'll like pop out my laptop and be like, let me just watch a little bit.
Yeah,
Are we giving ourselves views? No. I don't know how YouTube works.
I
Like
can't
that.
be all 100,
No.
girl.
Yeah, me.
But I
either.
could be actually. No, but it's
It's been
good. And,
good.
we still got more coming.
Yeah, we have some more fun stuff coming your way.
You said people were asking you got a DUI, and you were like, bitch, that's all you took from that?
What about the meth comment?
I shared, Miss Tina in high school, and like everyone just like glazed over that, which I guess is good that they did. But yeah, I got more
They clocked your tea,
DUI comments, which that's fine. I think I've always been a rebel.
Word. Put that on, yo. Yeah, talk your shit. Yes. Well, yes. Well, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout out our producer because I just feel like, baby, our editing is so
It's so good.
I wish I
Kantiana,
could I wish I
girl.
could do more to it.
Like
This
what,
is
bitch?
like, I don't know, more funny like clips or blurbs or like more images. Like when you shout out mods, I wanted to put her picture with like her at the bottom and like stuff like that. But thank you.
Oh, well, let me know.
not
I
ruin
mean,
it.
we can still
And
add it, girl.
I'm
But like, we got a theme song that's so pussy.
I
I
have
love our little
people
Polaroids we're doing.
talking about the song. They're like,
Baby,
it's
they
just
sing
like
the,
in my head.
they sing the jingle, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me
Has,
so
has,
happy.
yeah.
Bitch.
Bag, hands on the bag.
Yeah,
That
It is
was
fun.
me. That was my voice on
Summer
there.
See?
Summer
Is
anthem.
that the summer song? Because I heard
Yeah.
we still need one.
Yeah, we don't have one, right?
I
Not
don't
yet.
think so. We're gonna have to
I don't
do
know.
a,
Addison Rae
a
been doing it for me,
remix.
but I don't know if it's a summer anthem, girl. Also, heard she's problematic now, so now I don't know, girl.
Who?
Addison Rae, girl. I
Oh.
love her though, bitch. But I heard
You
it ain't
earlier,
given.
You said I am racist. I
Well,
love
she is the
Addison
racist. What her fans are, girl.
That's what her fans are called, racist.
Racist, girl.
Oh,
But
that's
spelled
what
like
they call them.
Addison Rae. Like
I'm gonna be
R.
honest. I don't even know what she sings.
Ah! Headphones on.
Yeah,
Fame is a gun.
I'm sure if I knew it.
Diet Pepsi boots.
He really knows Diet Pepsi. Show him really quick.
Oh.
We'll cut.
You can insert video here.
Diet Pepsi. Didn't Lana Del Rey do something like that? My pussy tastes like Pepsi.
So actually, the song
Cola.
was supposed to be called Backseat, but Charlie heard the song and was like, "No, you're gonna call it Diet Pepsi." Charlie X Harris has helped her a little bit. You can see the influences. Oh, come on, New York. Come on, money is everything. Come on, times like these, girl. Aqua Marine, baby, I'm into me, girl. Yes. Oh, this is my girl. I'm a racist. I'm
Is she the one that does the
sorry.
back bend that everyone was doing on TikTok?
Not Tate McRae, girl. Yeah, we gotta go. Cancel the pod. Cancel the pod.
I know her
Revolving
song.
door. Are you gay?
I know her
I need
songs.
a new host.
I just don't like these little
We're
like
not taking auditions for a new host, girl, because I don't know if I can do this, girl. How you don't know Tate McRae?
the
Girl?
little.
She also problematic too.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, she had that song with Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
And then his dumbass left like SNL and was like, take me to
Oh,
God's
that was
country. I
wild.
don't want to hang out with these.
And didn't she like boot somebody else for the bid to go with him?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be Ice Spice or somebody on
So
the
that's
song.
why I don't
Ooh,
know
my
these
little
people
boo-boo.
or listen to them
Yes, girl.
because they're racist, which
What?
goes with what we're talking about today.
Great segue.
You're
Diva.
hanging out with racists
It's spelled
or
different.
listening to.
It's spelled different. This one's a little heavy this week.
Yeah, but
A little-
it's
yeah,
real.
buckle up. But it's real. It actually is real. We actually gonna get a little serious today. It ain't always,
Rainbows and dildos.
work.
Yeah.
We don't like rainbows after the last episode. girl.
Oh.
That's fine.
That's fine.
We'll
We'll still support.
work. All right, y'all. So here we go. Episode 4.
Halves, halves on the back.
Welcome back, y'all. All right.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
I'm good.
Let's get into it because I
Yeah.
actually do have some things to talk about. This is
Yeah.
this is a very kind of a deep. Ooh, we got to get resituated,
Yeah.
girl. Ooh,
First of
cameras-
all, show them the shirt, Ben.
cameras. The shirt.
Yeah, honey.
Oh my. Oh, this is a Nathan Hoyle original, girl. She brand new, honey. I just got it the other day. It says uncut.
I love your glasses. I
oh, my
thought they were.
glasses too.
I thought
You
there
know
were two
what?
pairs.
You know what? Some feedback. I do be stunting a little bit for the visual watchers, girl. The visual learners, girl. Yeah, we got the Luar Sunnies, the Nathan Hoyle on the top. These girls, these are some itty bitty biker shorts, girl. I don't know.
in my socks.
I don't know what this little hat scarf thing is, but I was
It's cute.
low key getting all these damn Instagram ads
Beach.
on it. And I just bit the bullet. Yeah, Target marketing girl got me good, gal. Bought this in the shorts. I couldn't help it. They've been
Fashion
staring at me for a
girly.
month long, girl. But it's cute, kind of ties in the back.
It is cute.
A little leopard.
Got like the white like lace.
Ooh.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wig. Yeah. T.
Let's
Maybe
get
I'll start
into
doing
it.
like a it's been wearing segment. Not too much, girl. I really be thinking I'm somebody.
You
We're supposed to
are
be talking about racism, girl, and homophobia, and we over here get keyed.
getting into looks.
I'm trying to get serious.
Okay, let's get into
I'm gonna
it.
take it serious.
Yeah.
Um,
Start us off.
me start us off. I don't even know how to even go off of this because like we talked about in a couple episodes back. I like to keep it light and fun and happy, but sadness is not really big in my brain. It's always joy, but
If I may help
Ooh,
a little bit,
help a little
What
bit.
was your first that you can remember experience as a kid or younger where you were realizing that like, oh, the color of my skin is like affecting what's happening right now? etc. What was your first interaction with it?
I have this one vivid memory. I don't know how old I was. I was definitely younger. And we were shopping for, I think it was a school project that was, we needed something from a store. I never been in the store before, but we needed something from the store for this project. And the person behind the counter was just like, not doing it for my mom helping me get whatever the fuck we needed. And she like stormed out. I think I missed whatever had happened, but I knew something clearly had happened because my mother's never reacted like this before, not in front of me anyway. And it was given some kind of something happened with wanting something or needing something. It was just like clearly like a prejudice situation where everyone else is getting helped but us in there. And I guess maybe I should get a little bit of backstory in my life, even though I talk about it all the time. Yes, military brat. Do. I was always in white spaces a lot, girl. You know that when the kids call you an Oreo all the time? Yeah. So I'm
For me, it was
back.
coconut.
Coke? What the fuck is a coconut?
Brown outside, white inside.
I
That's
ain't
what
never
they would
heard
call
of that,
it.
girl.
Yeah. Or at least for maybe Latino.
Word.
That's what we were called.
Coconuts ain't even from over there.
No, like
Are
the
they?
concept, color. That brown
Word.
outside, white inside.
Heard. So I've been kind of the only one in a lot of places. But I feel like, yeah, it wasn't until this shopping encounter altercation where my mom clearly like grabbed us, we need to go. Get the fuck out, because this man is just like paying us dust in front of our face. And it's just like blatantly like disrespectful. And clearly everyone else is getting their attention and not us. And it's like, we can get this somewhere else, baby. Let's go. And I feel like I was just like, I just didn't get it at first. I didn't really understand. And
Do you feel like it hit you like later
well, I feel like
in the day or like years later?
no. I think it hit me there. I just didn't know what hit me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Because I definitely knew it was something.
Something shifted, but you were too young.
But I didn't
to-
understand
yeah.
what it was for
Yeah.
real. And I think I have been blessed in the spaces that majority of the spaces I have been in, it hasn't really been really too much anything crazy. But when you are looking at other kids and you are the only one that looks like you, it does, I feel like,
Yeah.
it kind of does a little something to you. You get used to it, but then is it like, is that good or is that bad?
Is what good or bad? That
Getting
you were-
used to it.
I mean, that's
You don't know how many times being the only black kid on the swim team, and it's like you get these little jokes, not even little jokes sometimes, but it's like, my mom always know when we were in the pool, you know, I can't tell Brad, Chad, or John apart when the swim caps on the same Speedos, but everyone knows when Ben's in the water and when Jarvis is in the water. Or God forbid we're doing outdoor swimming and you know, everyone's getting tan, baby. But everyone allowed to come up to us and be like, look out, I'm gonna get as dark as you. I'm almost as dark as you, girl. And it's like you kind of hee hee ha ha, but that's like, I didn't know that was a bad thing until later. If that makes sense.
I think that's yeah. I mean, that's your experience, and
But that was like all I
That's-
experienced. And then it
Okay.
wasn't until like got some black friends and realized, girl, they be dogging on us to our face, girl. And it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy sometimes. Actually, a lot of times.
so you think whenever you made friends with other black people, that kind of opened it up more for you, and you were
it
like,
wasn't until
oh,
we moved
shit.
to DC, girl. And we were in the DMV, girl. Because let me tell you, Virginia was pretty white, girl. No shade. But DC, girl, you know, we're right there by Baltimore. I was at the youth center, girl, and started getting some black friends, girl. And I was like, oh, okay. Wait a minute. Now, this kind of makes sense. We like the same kind of music, girl. See, I hate that my first CD was Britney Spears. It should have been Brandy, but that's fine. I was a little late to the jump. And it wasn't until then we started going home to go and start hanging with my cousins, girl, that I figured out, because I was late to the Brandys, to the Missy Elliott's, to the, you know, I was still I was late on Janet, girl. I think my dad thought I was straight for a minute because I was obsessed with Janet. No, I didn't want to. I wanted to be Janet, girl. I didn't want to date Janet. I wanted to be Janet, but I was a little late. Now I'm just like, I feel like I'm just dollying all over the place. I keep thinking of this story, then this story, then this story. Yeah, racism sucks, girl. Microaggressions suck. And then I get a double whammy of being not only black, but I'm also gay. I'm like, ah, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. But also, it makes me unique in who I am.
Yes. So
Yeah, what's your experience? This will be a little different.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
I was fortunate enough. My aunt had a daycare in my hometown, and my obviously was
You watched all the
mostly
kids?
white people. I mean, it was a small town. She watched a lot of them,
Okay.
but there were some black kids that went there, and they were my introduction to someone who wasn't white when I was pretty young, like 5, 6. And I was just like fascinated with these 2 little black girls because they just had this energy and this spirit about them. They were always happy. They did not give a fuck. They were telling all the little white kids off.
Word.
And I was like, I'm obsessed with whoever this is.
You as a child?
Yes.
Okay.
One of them became. So my aunt ended up adopting one of them.
What?
So yeah. So and then she had family. Her name's Erica. I still call her my cousin because we grew up together.
She's your cousin.
And she obviously had family that would go. She brought to the daycare. So then there was more black kids, and I became friends with them because to me, I knew that I was different at a very young age. I didn't know how or why. And I know that they felt the same way. So to me, we were automatically just like we were family and we were sticking up for each other.
Because of the difference. And by
Yeah.
difference, not knowing
Right.
the gay part.
Not knowing the gay
Word.
part. And I was just like, oh, we're family. Like, because, kids are mean. Kids are dropping the
Hello.
N-word. Kids are dropping the faggot word to me.
Coconut,
Yeah,
Oreo.
so we like had each other, and that's just how it was. So I was super fortunate that I got to grow up with black folks. But I thought we were the same because we were both different. And I had to learn as I got older that we are not the same. And I indeed have white privilege, white male privilege. So that was, which obviously I
understand you do have, but you don't take advantage of it.
No. But it is something you have to realize, and a lot of white people don't. But yeah, so I remember the first time, this is so awful. My uncle was dating this woman from Alabama. Her name was Michelle, and she was fucking loud, very like Southern, very opinionated. Anyway, white woman. We went to the water park one day. She took me, and then she had 2 sons. And, we're doing the slides and running around and having fun. And then we sit down for lunch, and I keep her saying like, they always do this. And I'm like looking around. I'm probably like 8 or 9 at the time. And I'm like, what is she talking about? And she's like, they always just like sit there and like in the way. Mind you, like we were by like a wave pool or something. And you know how people go and just like sit in the pool?
Yeah.
And she's like, they always do this back home too, just like in the way. And I just like kept looking, being like, who the fuck is she talking about? And then she finally pointed, and it was like a black family. And that's when that was my first like, oh, she's doesn't like black people. And I, of course, like think of the girls that I go to daycare with, and I'm just sitting there like, I didn't know it was racism at the time, but I knew that it wasn't right. And I just like shut down the rest of the day.
Damn.
Yeah, because I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had like no problem. And she could tell that I was shutting down because she even told one of her kids, she was like, let's stop talking about this. We're going to upset our little friend talking about me. And I was just like, yeah. And I was just like, what the fuck? So for me, I think that was my first like, oh shit, people don't like black people.
And get treated different.
Yeah.
Word.
And she was so like out loud about it too.
Baby.
It was just like, what? And I remember going home and like talking to my mom about it, and she was pissed. But she had the whole conversation of like, they're your family and blah, blah, trying to smooth it over, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, that was my first, and I was just like, girl, I'll never forget that. It was wild. But then getting older, you were in St. Louis. We were both in St. Louis for some time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where the Black Lives Matter movement started in 2014
I just
with
no, I'm still in St. Louis. Yeah.
the death of Mike Brown. A cop shot him. And that's when it all, I think, came to light for me. Like, oh shit, like there's so many racist people. Like, and to me, I was like, oh, they're only in like my hometown. Like, they're only in small town, like racist people. And then that was like eye opening to me. I'm like, oh, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So my dad's from Mississippi, Paulding County. We have land down there. I mean, my dad literally has given me stories of like picking cotton as like a summer activity. We would go back down south to go do that. Like has, and it's not necessarily of slavery, but which is not that long ago. It is so close, especially you've got some great grandparents. I only have one grandparent living now, but like
I was thinking that with Grace Jones. I was like, what year was she born? I think in like
if you're 77,
40s?
no.
She was
Well,
born
my
in
mom
the
is
40s.
still.
And I'm like, she was like a
Is she?
20-year-old when like the
Oh, yeah, 'cause my
civil
mom's
rights
early
movement was
70s.
happening.
Yeah.
That's crazy to
Yes.
think about.
Yeah.
Like when who went to school? Rudy, the black girl who went to the white school.
The first segregated
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
or first integrated, I mean. Yeah.
Look that date up. That's not that long ago. That's literally during when my parents were born. My mom's from Nashville, Tennessee. So, and then them being in the military, I talk about the military a lot. Girl, that's my life. It's so funny, but it gives a backstory of me. But like, so the military for them, I feel like was a great way for them to get out and then to be able to provide. But then I know my parents also wanted to have a better, I mean, all parents do, want a better life for their kids. So, and they could provide, baby. So when it was private school, baby, I was in private school. So I am looking around. I'm the only black kid, girl. Swim team, only black kid, girl. I talk about Eagle Scouts on another podcast. I was in Boy Scouts, but that's a very white activity, girl. And then there's only 2% of all Eagle Scouts are black. That's like not a lot, baby. And I can look up how many Eagle Scouts there are, but yeah. So I was around a lot of white people, girl. That's just my upbringing. For me, I feel like I kind of might have missed the Mike Brown one, but definitely here in Chicago when we had the town hall meeting and I was like listening to Shay speak, I was listening to Lucy speak, but then I actually found out I feel like I'm so late. I don't know. I'd be oblivious. Sometimes I feel like you just have to be oblivious to the hate. That's the only way you can kind of keep moving, which is sad, but like I don't need to be fighting people either. The last thing I need to be is the angry black kid also at school getting bullied. Because like I said, also, if I'm getting called, can I say no an N-word? You probably gotta beat that out on YouTube, girl. I mean, is that or I'm getting a faggot? So it's like it's like a double whammy. So I try to like, girl, haters gonna hate. I rise above all the haters.
I also
Candy Burris, y'all know that one. Okay, but anyways,
it's not black folks' job to like clean up racism or POC. Like white people started it, and it's, you know what I mean? Like whenever you were like, I didn't want to start like fighting with people. Like it's not.
You should stand up for yourself.
Well, absolutely stand up for stand up for yourself. But overall, like we white people started this whole system, and we're gonna somehow, I don't know, because black people and POC have like keep doing the work.
Still
you
doing
know,
it.
like showing up for voting and still doing the work, which I don't know, especially now. I'm like, with our president, I'm like, damn, is there that many people in the states that are just fucking racist? Like, it's unsettling.
Well, they didn't even want to get into politics. I mean, a lot of my people did the voting, girl.
So 2020 was also crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
That's when I got woke.
yeah. I mean,
I'm a
I
little
think
late.
we all,
A lot of people really
Yeah.
paid attention. Well, we had nothing else to do.
everyone
but
was
pay attention.
home, and
You're home.
everyone was like, okay, let's go protest. Let's be online. And it was a movement. And I don't know how far it got us though.
I think it got it. I mean, we moved the needle for sure.
Definitely. Yeah.
It took me till 2020 to find out what a microaggression was, girl, and I had no idea. Oh my God, this story just hit me. Child, little black man working at Hollister, girl, of course, duh.
Folding shirts.
I was an impactor. They put me in the back. Also racist. I should have been a model. I was Michael Phelps for Halloween one year, and then they saw that I have a sickening body, and they're like, "Oh, you should be one of the lifeguards in the front Christmas time."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But there was always white boys, girl. Oh,
Always.
my life is nothing but racism, girl. It's so crazy. Anyways, let's get to the actual point. I was hanging out with my homies. I love my homies. They're my boys, especially like after folding shirts all day and shit, girl. Then we kind of like summer before we went to college, like we're getting drunk, doing. Ooh, no, you're not getting. I wasn't on. Anyways, you know what I mean. Let's get to the point, Ben Trotter. Back when Facebook was a thing, I was a lifeguard as well as I did outdoor swimming. So I got very black, honey. It happens. We be tanning, girl, whatever. Them Hollister shirts were not, I mean, they'd be white and bright and I'd be black, girl. So anyways, and the cameras weren't that good. So we were taking photos, after we going out in our fits, doing our cute thing. But it would be like, Ben, smile so we can actually see you in the fucking photo, girl. Crazy work. Anyways, there's evidence on my Facebook of, I don't know, they probably did this comment back in like 2011, 2012. You know how you get like a reminder? I haven't used Facebook in forever, but you get a reminder of like, oh, this happened on this date 20 fucking years ago. Why is it a photo of us in our Hollister fits, and I'm not gonna say no names because he did apologize, but I was like, this is what y'all did to me, girl. But they're like, thank God we got the flash on so we can see Ben, girl, literally in the comment under the photo. And I was like, and so this is when BLM was, everything was happening. I figured it out. And I got the reminder of this photo. And I'm reading the comments because, I love my girl. I'm looking, this is a cute photo. I'm scrolling down. What we all talk about, girl? And I see this comment. I said, oh my God. And I commented real quick 20 years later, y'all racist. Baby, my phone ain't ever blown up so goddamn fast, so quick, talking about, Ben, I'm so sorry. I didn't know this and that. Because at the time, I don't know. I knew it wasn't malicious, but you just can't be talking to people like that, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy. If I find that photo, I'll have you put it up here. I mean, I did look good.
Do it.
But I was black as hell.
I think it makes sense that stuff didn't register at the time. And you, like, if something was said, like a microaggression, you said you didn't know what that meant until a couple years ago?
They were so fucking common to me. Like, I feel like it's just what people said to people, which is insane to be ingrained or trained into thinking like that's acceptable to be talked to.
I'm sure I've said stupid shit in my time, but I definitely learned so much during 2022 when black people were stepping up and saying, hey, this is a microaggression. Like, I learned so much then. Even with the town hall the black queer town hall that they did here in Chicago, all of that was really informative, which again, it's black people teaching white people what not to do. But it was very eye-opening, and some of it was crazy because I was like, this is so fucking racist. Like, how would you not know that you're being racist?
Yeah,
I was like, this is wild.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the microaggressions, I mean, micro, so that's a little small little dig. Yeah. But like some of that stuff, you want me to talk about? I don't know, girl. It's for us.
You talk about it.
What, you talking about the can I say that? Bleep that out too, girl. I don't know. We don't. Or I feel like it's Baltimore, girl. We don't talk about her no more. But like, yeah, what she had girls out here doing, I'm a slave for you, girl. And I mean, it's a Britney song, but we don't need to set up.
What they're talking about is this,
do we need to get some
that happened during COVID, right? It was during like the BLM movement.
But the actual act happened years ago, before this,
the actual
right?
What? Yeah,
the actual act happened.
Yeah, act happened years ago, but this was around the time where people had time to reflect and realize
That's what I'm
and
saying.
raise awareness and realize the way that, especially during that time in Chicago, there was pretty much one person who kind of held the keys to the gate to getting into the drag scene here. Her name was T-Rex. And people were a lot of people were having just too similar and too often of occurrences where they've been mistreated, not booked because of, or just like kept out of the gates from this
Media
person.
training, girl. Yes.
Well, I'm giving them
I mean,
context.
yeah.
That's what
I mean,
happened.
but it sounds so good.
And the big like magnum opus, the big climax of this stream was Shea Coulee coming on and confronting T-Rex, who, mind you, showed up late, showed up drunk, and like showed up, I think,
It was
a
so
mess.
weird.
And Shay was like, do you remember when you told me for Black History Month that I should do the song Slave Free by Britney Spears, dressed up as a slave and have a white person whip me? And then T was like, yeah, I do remember that. And Shay was like, yeah, so that's it's still up. You can still look it up if you YouTube Black Queer Town Hall?
Yeah.
That has stuck with me throughout all of my career and et cetera, et cetera. And it led to like a big readjustment in the like hierarchy of the Chicago drag scene.
Not only drag, but it opened up the conversation about bars too.
In general, yeah.
Because
the
I
whole
think
strip.
they invited either owners or managers of bars to also be in some kind of town hall, and we're just kind of calling them out to like diversity hire and shit like that. Right. So it really opened. I mean, the drag thing happened, but it also opened more
a bigger
doors.
conversation.
Yeah,
on the strip.
On the
no
strip.
Shade.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
The strip a little segregated. Yeah, I mean, I go to a particular bar. I know I'm going to hear this particular music.
Yes. Did I tell you what my girlfriend said about Sidetrack?
No,
she's from out of town. I took her to Sidetrack. Like never. I've told her I've went to Sidetrack before, and we like walk through, and she's like, "Okay, can we go somewhere else? Is this like where the white gays that work for Google hang out? I'd like to go somewhere else."
I mean, they cater to like that's yeah.
Yeah, she had like no background of it.
You don't need
like
much background, girl. You can walk in and look
like,
to the left and look to the right.
Next,
look up, look down. Yeah.
Little white girl from Ohio. She was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Next." It was funny. But it is, and then Progress, I think has the best music.
Of course.
Yeah,
they play a Nicki track.
Yes,
but I think didn't they come out with something? What was that? During also this, they were like, there was like a press release talking about we're gonna stop playing rap music or something.
Yeah,
I think it was also the spirit. Some bars don't serve like cognacs and like Hennessy.
The Hennessy
because they don't want to.
Well, girl, I can't do no brown liquor anyway,
girl.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, but Progress like ate their words in 2 weeks. No,
yes, because
everyone was like, "What?"
It's the same.
Yeah,
it needs to stay the same.
Yeah,
thank you.
I was like, well, this is so weird for them.
I think people put up a fuss.
Yeah. Oh, God, 100%.
I wish I could go back to that time. But there was some stuff coming out, and we were really speaking our truth, girl.
Good.
I felt seen.
It needed to happen, and still does.
Halves on the back.
With bar culture, I've worked in bars, and they were mainly white spaces. Did you ever?
Well, the north side of Chicago itself is very segregated. Everyone talks about it.
It's so segregated here.
Although I do love me a Hyde Park, though.
Yeah.
It's so pretty down there. My favorite museum is down there. I don't know, but Boys Town is a centralized area of like 7 bars that I can go to. I don't want to be going from here to there to do Andersonville. I have my bars right there. I maybe need to figure out how to navigate Hyde Park a little bit better, but so a lot of the bars up here do cater to a certain audience that does live up here.
White bears.
But you and the bears, girl. Go to last episode if you want to hear about the bears, honey.
I mean, it is, and that's what it is. I remember when I was working at Sofo, someone was like, "This is Mandersonville," and I was like, "What?"
Not too much.
He was like,
something that's so inherently lost when people talk about Boys Town is the fact that it's called Boys Town, and the fact that like when we talk about segregation in color, we also don't talk about segregation within the queer community of women. out of these spaces.
They
I
changed
always
the
thought
name.
Andersonville. Well, NoHo. Yeah, North Halstead.
They changed the name right because of that.
But I feel like it's.
But everyone still says it.
Yeah, it's like the
as
Sears Tower, the
Boys
Willis
Town.
Tower.
Yeah.
They tried to change the name. It just,
Yeah.
If it's stuck, it already stuck.
It's
But I
stuck.
thought Andersonville was for the lesbians, girl.
It was years ago, and then the gays moved in and took it over.
They always say you come to Andersonville to die. And by die, that means get married.
Yeah.
And like get a dog and, adopt some babies. But bring it back.
Did you ever have any like encounters at a bar, anything where you were like,
There's one time I worked at a girl. I was trying to save money to move to Chicago, girl, but I was in St. Louis. I was so excited. I got asked to be a Jello shot boy at Just John's. If you don't know, you walk around. You're a little certified hot boy, girl. But you walk around with some Jello shot trays. Don't nobody want them damn Jello shots, but it's a good way to
remember
flirt.
those.
Yeah. And girl, was that my awakening to prostitution, girl? I might have been doing sex work at an early age, girl. Basically, you just being a hoe trying to sell some Jello shots.
yeah,
But you mix and mingle, and yeah. And they were, of course, white boys. I did
selling
get
them
booked,
as well?
you were
Okay.
just the boy.
Yeah.
I never saw any person of color doing it, but I did get asked. And I was super excited. I still have my Just John shorts to this day because I could never throw them away because I was so excited to get that job. I didn't sell now one Jello shot, girl. Didn't nobody want to talk to me. No one wanted my Jello shots. I was just like paying me dust, girl. But swap to somebody else and go, little white boy, girl, she come back with an empty tray.
Yeah.
It's the same night, girl. How you where are we walking the same floor, girl? Why I don't have any money?
Yeah.
So then they readjusted and they put me at some bar tent up front. And I was like, it's the first when you entered. I don't know, to kind of help disperse the bars a little bit. I could sell beer and seltzers up front or something like that.
Do you think they saw it and like tried to help or like fix it? Or
I mean,
did you feel
I wasn't
supported?
bringing no profit, girl. So they, diverted. But I feel like I just got the short end of the stick by being this boy up front. It was cute. Then I made it my own domain. And then I think I jazzed at my little station sometimes. Like I think it was a pride one time. So I had like some pride flags I also passed out that kind of mix. I don't know. I made it work. But it was sad. I literally got like demoted in real time. But not my fault. The clientele don't want to talk to me.
Did you notice in real time, or was this a realization later?
When I saw that boy come back, I was like, oh, must be a slow night. Then I saw him come back with no Jello. I said, and no shade, I look better than her. So I don't know what the tea was, but then you do get your little patrons, the white men. They along with the racism, there do be fetishization, girl. Oh Lord,
Ben bought us.
this is a heavy topic, girl. I'm putting all my tea out there.
Ben bought us lunch one day from a white man's money. He kept sending him money.
And I didn't really do too much either. I didn't realize this also later in life. If someone has a spade icon on their profile, they're into black men or something like that.
spade?
Or yeah, the cards.
Yeah.
The black spade. It even goes beyond into. It's giving worship type of do. And this man was so thankful that I even I don't know, said hey back or something. I didn't. The conversation just developed rather quickly. I didn't think he was ugly, so I did say I'm still not a dick on the apps. But I did say I don't have time today. I said hey back, and then I don't know. Before I knew it, I had damn near I paid for lunch. Let me say it like that in my account with this man's money.
Yeah. We had drinks too. Little Bad Wolf.
Now we're not talking about no pros and cons in the situation. I'm just saying that was something that news to me, and involving racism. How's it working in a barber shop? That's what I need to know.
So
I forget you work in a barber
Right.
shop.
But
That's
And a
where
straight one at that. It's not even
but
it's an old town.
It's an old town, but it's very white, and it almost has, I want to say, almost like a salon type vibe to it. There's also a big difference between a black barbershop and a white barbershop.
Ooh, baby, I'm bald. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
I'm so glad I have nothing. But giving dap is the most anxiety-driven thing I've ever had to. Every
Wait,
mother.
wait, let's
I
do
can't
it.
do
Let's
it,
do
dear
it.
girl. Oh my
What?
God, we'll freak the fuck
Oh
out.
my
I just don't know
God.
what we're gonna do, girl. I mean,
What do you
come on,
mean?
let's
You've
see what
never
happens.
dabbed? I've dabbed.
I know how to
You gotta
dap, girl,
code
but
switch. What do
is
you
it gonna
mean?
be a snag? Is it gonna be a hug? Are we gonna snap at the end? I see with a little sloppy girl. Let's see now. I can't do it, bitch. I can't do it, bitch. Give him dash starts in
The
the
white
fuck
boys
out.
just do a fist bump. It's so easy.
That seems great.
Yeah, it's so easy. Most of my
Bro.
clients, I mean, everyone in that comes there is pretty much straight. I would say 94% of
You be
the guys.
gay at work, or you be straight at work?
I mean, I'm gay.
Is that rude?
I just don't think
Oh.
I have some clients that I'm like really close to, and I'll talk to them about like my gay shit. I mention stuff, but we don't ever, with a lot of my,
Like
we don't
sucking
like,
dick?
no, nothing like that. We don't go into, but I also make a point not to talk about myself. I just
Ask
like
them questions
talk about them.
Mm.
Yeah. None of them are gonna like leave the shop if I'm like, yo, I'm gay. I'm pretty sure they know. We just don't talk about it, which is fine. But yeah, they talk about like their fucking golf trips and like I will say this, they're all super sweet. They're
Yeah, we
all
don't hate straight
super
people.
sweet guys. Oh, of course not. They're all super sweet guys. Yeah, I think they know that I'm gay. We just like, I don't talk about it, so they don't talk about it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. It
I mean,
doesn't.
ain't much to talk
it
about.
also-
I mean,
yeah.
it's fine.
It also
Yeah.
doesn't bother me. Like, I really like my job. I like the little conversations we have. We talk about TV a lot. I'm a TV nerd.
Love that.
They'll
They
tell
watching
me.
Real Housewives of Atlanta with you or what?
No, but
Okay.
what's so funny is like one of them will start telling me something about whatever sports game they're watching, and then I'll bring it up to the next person. I'll be like, hey, did you see blah 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 blah?
Not you using them, girl. You using them.
So sometimes I think they think I know more about sports than what I
Wow.
do, which is funny.
Have you ever had a tinge of like homophobia if they sensed it from you? Because like I'm a server, I can immediately feel the difference when I come up to a table. I'm like, "Hey guys, how we doing?" And it is a guy and a girl, and the guy immediately stops looking at me, won't talk to me the rest of the time he's there, will only let the girl speak. And like I feel it immediately with a lot of guests this happens to me with. And I'm usually like, girl, I didn't want to talk to your musty ass anyways. Go
Okay.
fuck y'all, talk to your girlfriend.
And it still better be 20%.
Yeah, period.
I'm sure it's happened, but I can't think off the top of my head that sometimes maybe that's what it is. Cause sometimes I'm like, this just feels awkward. Also, it's such an intimate thing when you're like touching and cutting someone's
Yeah,
head.
because you're seeing their real hairline, bitch.
That too.
I about to say you're also like just so close.
Yeah, you're so close to them. And sometimes I'm just like, are they just socially awkward? Because sometimes I feel uncomfortable, and maybe that actually is because I'm getting from them that they're uncomfortable, and I haven't realized that. So that's a good point. Because sometimes I'm just like, why does this feel so uncomfortable?
Mm.
And maybe it's just like their energy. But most of my clients are regulars, and I've seen them all for years. So
We're all used to each other now.
yeah, they're all getting married and shit. It's so wild. Straight people love to get married.
That's what they do, girl.
They do. But yeah, I haven't had it, but I do know that I went to barber school here in Chicago, and I was maybe like one of two of only white guys that were in the school. Which was great because you learn how to cut everyone's hair.
Love that.
Oh,
your fade game is
and
nasty,
they were so I mean, everyone was fun there, but they knew like there was a couple of us that were gay, but like everyone got along. It was fun. We would kiki. But yeah, I don't think I've ever had. I also think I'm like masculine enough presenting that it doesn't.
I was just gonna ask that. Do you think that because you guys are both kind of like built and like grown men, girl, boo, you do that face, but you are built as fuck. Do you think that
I
will like,
don't, I
keep
feel like I don't get
people?
straight presenting that.
No. Do you think that that'll keep?
No, don't get confused.
Never. Do you think that'll keep people from like actually projecting how they actually feel in front of you? Because bitch, you'll beat their ass. Don't play with me.
I do. My mom was always worried about me on the train at night, and I'm like, Mom, well, it could be a black thing or like a build thing. I'm just like, as of because they talk about when you walk behind a girl, sometimes you got to make yourself seem a little gay, so they know you ain't about to hey girl, are you like I'm bopping to a little Britney song, a little
Love your
switch
shit,
in my
girl.
walk. You look
Right.
fab, honey. Yes. But I'm like on the train, I'm like, people are more afraid of me at night than I am of them, girls. So like, and yeah, show a little arm.
I agree. I've never. People ask me. I hate when people ask that about the train. They're like, "Aren't you scared?" And I'm like, "No, I just get on there and like
I
mind my business and
they
go
minding their business
to where I'm going. But I do, a lot of my clients will say, they'll be like, well, you're a big guy, so you don't have to. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. But yeah, I haven't had any. I've never been
Knock on
out.
wood.
Yeah.
Work.
Never. I mean, I
Sorry.
got beat up when I was younger. I got beat up when I was
Really?
like 18.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a love letter fighter. I
Yeah.
can be a no fights girl.
I wasn't like trying to be in a fight.
You want to hear a funny story? So
Listening.
in middle school, I was also, because my coming out story comes around to the fact that like my dad kicked me out, right?
Right.
Found out I was going to stay at a guy's house whose dad was a cop. So brought me back and was like, okay, fuck. Because he was like a former gangster. So he's like, I can't have a cop on my ass. So whatever.
Ooh.
So I came back, but he put me in fighting. And he was like, because no son of mine is going to get beat up at school. Because if you get beat up at school, you're going to get twice as hard as home. So you better learn how to fight if anybody tries to punk you at school.
Word.
So I had a guy in 8th grade who was like all up on me, always calling me, whatever, whoop-de-woo. Me and his sister, to get back at him, who was one of my besties at the time, pretended we were dating to fuck with him.
Mm-hmm.
And damn, I forgot where I was going with that. I forgot where I was
Fighting
going with
classes?
that. Maybe that's what
My
it was.
dad made me like learn how to fight too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I was going with that, but
Yeah.
that was something relevant in there for you guys. What you
I
guys
took karate, but I think I only got up to like a yellow belt or something. I don't know. Too many activities.
Too busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom did not want me to play football though. She didn't want me to get hurt, so I was a swimmer instead.
But yeah, I was not scared to fight nobody. You can call me that bitch. I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Work.
I'm here to protect the twinks.
Why?
Because they're little.
Girl, and
They're
they be the
getting
most
beat up.
scrappy
I
motherfuckers
know. They
too.
do. They're
Girl, don't hurt
crazy.
me. Don't piss a twink off.
Yeah.
Girl. Ain't nothing
Twinks
worse
love to
than that.
fight. Why is that?
These scrappy girl, little chihuahuas, girl.
They are.
Oh, I didn't talk about my little code switching. I don't be code switching, girl. I be Ben Trotter 24/7, 365. Damn near people at work want to be me. Ooh, I'm not like that. You know what I mean? But like, I do appreciate work in the sense of like safe space. Also, industry is kind of gay.
Oh, it's so
Everyone's
gay.
so gay.
Yeah.
So it's like not hard, but like, I feel like I come up with the phrase, or I'll never forget working at one restaurant, and sis was the big thing. Everyone was like, you my sis, sis, and that. And then all of a sudden, everyone was fucking. Now I got the GM calling me sis. I got the service director calling me sis. I got the bartender calling each other
Do they
sis.
still call you sis?
Some of them aren't there anymore. Well, no, sis is like an old word. No one even says sis anymore.
Yeah, that was Aja.
That was
Aja T. Do you remember when she was like, sis,
Yeah.
ayo, sis?
Hey, yo, sis.
Yeah.
That was like 20.
I do feel like too in the country we said sis a lot to the girls. Like we always called the girls.
not CIS. SIS, not CIS.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like sis and
My sister,
sis
yeah.
and bub were like a big growing up.
I don't think it derives from that.
What?
Bub and sis, the country talk.
You know, I'm just saying, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I know it's not the same thing, but I remember someone like saying it and I was like, oh, I said sis all the time growing up, like in the country. Because someone yelled at me once and was like, you can't say that.
Oh, Jarvis always gets mad at me all the time. I'm like, hey,
And-
sis. When I was saying sis, he's like,
Yeah. And I was like,
stop calling me sis. I'm not your sis. I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, you most sis out of anyone up in here, girl. You are actually related to me. You are my sister. Shut up.
oh, true.
Sis.
Yeah. Are you gonna
He's
bring?
getting
Are you
so
gonna
mad
bring
at me.
back sis?
No, I
No.
don't think we're good on that one. She lived. She had her moment.
Oh, I wanted to ask you guys two things. Did you guys see the Nene Leaks clip with T.S. Madison?
Yes.
Okay,
I did
what
not
was
see-
the other
did-
part of that one?
Did she say something back?
Who? Nene?
Like, did T.S. Madison say anything about that interaction?
Yeah, she posted
she
about
stays
it.
tweeting like, "What do you guys think? Do you
Mhm.
think if a guy gets with me and Nene that he's gay?" Because that's what she's kind of implying.
Yes. Yeah.
She's like, so I'm letting the public, and then people were all in the comments dragging Nene down.
Dragging you down. Yeah.
I think anyone that would be interested in anyone that's interested in Nene would probably be interested in TS too.
Why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you be, bitch?
Someone
like,
saw
y'all
me
share the
that
same
said-
lashes, the same
Yeah,
wigs,
that's how
You
someone
all
said
have the
you
same
had the
work
same
done.
gender affirming care, girl.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they?
And then he was like, but you got something down there.
Yeah.
She's like, and do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. And we might have Atlanta listeners, so let me not do too much.
You might.
Yeah,
What?
we might have Atlanta listeners. Let me not speak too much about. I don't know. Have you been to Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did the men in Atlanta give, girl?
What do you mean?
I just think a lot of the men in Atlanta are just very, very open and fluid with it all. And so for Nene to be from there
Baby
and down
Freaknik.
in there, hello.
Have you heard of Freaknik?
Nene's acting, I don't know. Nene is like in her own world where
I think she thought she tore that interview, but she's getting
she
drag
did.
boots.
Well, I had one of my black girlfriends text me about it and was like, there's so many black women that do this to trans women, of the whole like, you're not a real woman or we're not the same.
Exactly.
She's like, it happens a lot in the community. But she said that TS like did a really good job of explaining it, and not also like having the conversation and not like getting pissed. But Nene is coming from this like, I don't know, like kind of old school way of thinking still, which is crazy because she's like in Hollywood and in like black queer spaces and trans spaces that I'm just like, maybe not trans spaces, but I was kind of surprised that she was so kind of
not about it.
Yeah.
I know.
I was like, wait, what? Nene, you?
I know, because that makes me not fuck with Miss White Refrigerator no more, girl.
Yeah, I was kind of taken aback a little bit. Yeah. But
that
I
wasn't
love
it.
TS.
That wasn't it, girly.
TS is so professional with shit like that. And she can like, she's going to probably drag you later online, which
That's what
she
I'm saying.
didn't.
I haven't seen anything, but I
but
haven't been online that much the past couple of days.
She didn't drag her. She even said like,
She kept it cute.
thank you, Nene, for having this conversation with
Media
me.
training.
Yes.
Word.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I remembered was I wanted to see if you guys would be open to introducing like media of the week type shit. Like things that you've been listening to that you're into right now, movies.
Oh, I guess we talked about Addison Rae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her new album just dropped. You Live. Any movies you saw, shows?
Sinners was great.
Loved Sinners.
I didn't want to give Overcompensated a chance, but
Oh yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. It really is like me in college freshman year. Some like similar. Oh my God, that was the DAP thing. When I saw that, when he was going in to get that, but that is lit. I mean, right out of my mind is how I feel. Like that, I hate it so much.
It was cute.
Yeah, I haven't watched the last.
I haven't
episode
been
yet,
watching
but
anything but Housewives.
I need to get caught up. Well, we already talked about Atlanta.
Yeah. And there's not a whole lot going on.
I'm ready to see
right
Project Runway with Utica on it.
Shout out to Utica.
I'm ready to see Shea Coulee in Ironheart. I'm not really, a comic person, but she looked good. So this person kills Trana. Oh no, that's Carrie Colby. Carrie Colby. Thanos. I only know Tranos, girl. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know the story either, but I'm
so
gonna
who
watch.
Was Shay in this? I should just ask her yesterday.
Shay's just giving like the friend of a main character.
Somebody told me she's like the godmother to somebody in the. I asked somebody,
Word.
but yeah, I'm really excited. And Utica's shit looks insane. The post she made.
You've already seen it?
I mean, she made a post. And it's some of the stuff that she's made. I don't know if it's on the show, but it looks
Utica
incredible.
just in general can create, honey.
I think it might be from the show. I don't know, but I was just like, damn, I'm really
half
excited
the
for
shit you see on
her.
Drag Race is hers.
Yeah,
I forgot
100%.
whose outfit she just did.
And then Denali's back on Drag Race too. Bracket 3,
gang.
Chicago girls.
Oh my God, yes! Thank you guys for what? Oh, I feel like I should even be somber actually because it was a little. Okay.
Yeah, it was a good conversation. Hopefully everyone is always learning and trying to do better, especially us white people, especially in queer spaces. So
yeah, what he said.
You want me to go to Target for you?
Okay, I need some things. And I'm like, oh my God. Well,
I'm
yeah.
not going.
I'm like,
But
girl, I
we
just got a
talked about it.
moisturizer and I fucking
Ben was like,
need.
I need one of my white friends to go to Target for me.
That's so bad. That is so bad. I can't stand. But it's just a one-stop shop. But it's just like I don't want to also use Amazon either. Like, what am I like? Now I gotta like do 20 extra stops to get my essentials.
I think we're good, right? Did you cut us? Oh.
On that note.
Oh.
On that note, we're done.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Back
See you next
Nation.
week.